had both Galicia and Leon as subjects, and I fought Reconquest against Castile, would I get a reduction on the Reconquest both for Galicia and for Leon? I cannot remember, but if it is for both, I might consider getting both as subjects. Don't think I'd do Asteras, since that has overlap with Leon. And, you know, it's going to impact on France there as well. Yes, reduced cost for all core returns. Well, looks like I'm getting Orense, since it's the cheapest one I can get for you. Caceres. Oh, how can I say no to stealing the gold from him? The answer is I really cannot. What other claims do I have on the guy? I guess I've got you. And, you know, bankrupting the guy is strategy in and itself, right? You're not allied with France. You were allied with France, though. Why did you drop that? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, the whole war over Aragon. It was a pretty big thing. Wars of Spanish successions. It's never going to catch you. Oh, God. What's with the game? It's just giving too much here. Alright, GB has formed. Scotland's days are numbered. The very idea that you can have a United Kingdom, but no Inverness, no Moray. Madness. JJ Ho-Ho saying, "See chat, this is why we have to be cruel." I wonder about that. Could it be that you're just wanting to be cruel after the world was so cruel to you, JJ? And it was certainly very cruel. Poor JJ here attempted a mod game earlier. It didn't go so well. For him, that is. For me, it went great. I had a fantastic time watching it and laughing all the way to the bank. Okay, question time. Can I siege down Burgos faster than they can deal with Fez? Also, why am I on Burgos instead of Leon? Leon opens this place up a lot more than Burgos does. Burgos doesn't protect anything. Leon protects everything. Ah well, I've started, so I'll finish. I need my admin right now. I may have finished humanism, but there's going to be more to core, as usual. I'll probably be focusing on admin till the end of days at this rate. Water shortage down in Fez is particularly bad news. Makes me think I should turn tail and beat up the Spaniards. They won't have a lot of land to regain their soldiers with, but I don't want to lose Fez because it breaks open all of my land. And since this was a supply shortage, not really much worth thinking about. And they must still have some units up here, right? Castile have... Oh, there's an easy way to check now. Huzzah! 34. That's... yeah, so they got like 3,000 hanging around somewhere. But maybe, just maybe, I can do this. What's the minimum to get the bonus in this for 2? I think it's 4, right? Yeah, it's 4. So what if I just leave a single cannon here? And the cannon tells everybody to attach to me. And then the rest of us go down and liberate Fez. We might not make it in time, but we will try. Oh, hey! Here's a Castilian. A Castilian who is really going to be lacking combined arms support. I also wonder, would he drop that siege if he had a way back? Oh, I hate the trial. Worst event in the game. But you gotta gain that Republican tradition whilst you can. It used to not do that. It used to be so much worse than it is right now. Okay, Castile must be in a very bad spot. They are dismissing units left and right. They're down to 23, which is pretty much everything you see right now. I'm not even getting that fight, which is a shame because I wanted that fight. And the Ottomans are stealing that attack, although I suppose I can't fight them anyway because they're out of the war. Well, this is pretty good news for me, and not very good news for our friends in Castile. They've lost their high shock general. Did they ever have him? I thought this guy had 4 shock on him. Maybe he switched out at some point. dare he? Burgundy dishonoured with Scotland. How could they? No, Scotland's gonna die. Again. Spengler, right, this is where you earn your stripes here. Go and kill Castilians before they take Fez from us. Meanwhile, our subjects mop up the Iberian heartlands. We got the mountains, we got the Spengler, we got the shock. Tear them to shreds. And they shouldn't really have anywhere to run. Back they go. And yeah, they're out of luck. Spengler is just fast enough to catch them this month, and splat. No more Iberians. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, it feels pretty amazing. Let's get you folks back up and on that siege. The others try to do the other one. I don't know if you're going to try and help out with that or not. I guess it's nice that you try. As for you, split up and take over the rest of them. Ah, what a tragedy. Castile, that is. I don't have the claims that I want on Portugal. I only have the capital. I need to make some more. I think I do want Granada. Then I'll have 3 Iberian subjects, which will put me over my subject limit. However, with Sicily inside me, I've got a lot more to play with. Well, when they're inevitably inside me. And here's the thing, I kind of have to strike fast, or else these brutal votes are going to... they're going to stack and stack some more. Well, that's if the chat can synergize. That's a lot of cats to herd. What's Jake's current morale at? It's way too high, but it's artificially buffed from that event. Morale's 4.8. But when we lose army reform, it's going to drop by 20%, and a lot of this is helped out by our high power projection, which granted is going to stay high. The golden era will end in 20 years, I'm tempted to say. No, 18 years. Then we're going to get a lot of debuffs. And there are more debuffs to be had if you vote for it on the brutal chaos. Okay, they're desperate to try and recreate that army that they had. I'm desperate for them not to recreate it. So we move on in. Milan is going to attack Florence. Castile is not going to defend Florence. My question is, will Venice? Venice won't, because Venice are in debt. I actually don't like where Milan is right now, but I could subjugate the remains of Florence if they get eaten up really badly. And I need to think about that because, as I said before, aggressive expansion is not my friend. Although I've managed to burn a lot of it. Swell. That is very swell. So when I do horrible things to Castile, not a lot of people care. Oh, that's very nice. Portugal and Castile won't be part of it. Brittany, Saluzzo, and Florence. Dang Britons. Alright, let's try and keep Brittany out of this. Saluzzo, I'm surprised they even know who I am. Alright, look at this tryhard, trying hard to fight back. Still, we get these. There's not a lot left of this guy. Let's get on the Great Leon. And not leave them with much to play with here. Ah, well, that's even better. If Bourgeois is down, I'll move you over to Lyon and move you over to killing more Iberian scum. And there goes Sicily. You know, I'm actually going to feel bad for mopping up Sicily when all is said and done. Ah, another Iberian bites the dust. As expected. It's a bad day to be Florence right now. Ottomans, Milan, Mantua, and the 3 leagues all coming for them. Unfortunately, they're not going to get chewed up completely. There's no way Milan can take over 5 of their provinces, or more. But it would be pretty awesome for me if they were reduced to nothing but, say, Corsica. Well, maybe not, that's HRE land. Why is that HRE land? If they were reduced to just something like Pisa or Arezzo, I'd come in and subjugate them, get them their cores back, and then integrate them, because it's so much cheaper in the aggressive expansion than anything else. People are trying to agree on what they hit on when it comes to the chaos votes. Goods produced is one of the biggest economic impacts you can have in the game, but are you sure you can sway people away from destroying our discipline and morale? I did, after noticing people complaining about the morale debuff, add 50% to it, so each of them reduced morale by 7.5. Vote for that twice, and it's going to be like everybody we fight is as strong as Castile. Okay, maybe that doesn't ring that true when we are currently styling on Castile. Austria is gunning down Venice? Interesting. The breakup of Venice and Florence is going to do them both in. I think Venice is a bit of a thorn in my side for alliances, but that's okay. Oh well, speak of the devil, it is election time, and it's term up, it's not the unfortunate passing. He's so old. That's dangerous, because if he dies in a few months' time, then I just stumble right into a brutal vote, but he's too good to pass up right now. Okay, well, it's time for the bad chaos, so let's get that poll up. For some reason I can't... It won't let me end the poll. The polls sometimes break on Twitch dashboard, but a quick refresh usually fixes it, and there it did. Alright, bad chaos. What are we going to have? We can hit trade efficiency with minus 10% permanently, production efficiency with minus 10%, tax income, and I think for the second time I dragged over and deleted it there, tax income, manpower recovery, or army maintenance. You can hit any of these permanently and stacking, but you can only choose one. The poll goes up, and it goes up now. And let's get it on stream, which is something I'm always a bit slow to do. There we go. He's having way too easy of a time so far, says Mort. I'm going to take that as a compliment to my my great skills here, because I am doing a good job at it. Thank you kindly. So it seems that there's an effort to kill my manpower. It already got hit by minus 10%, and it could get hit by that again. Manpower recovery would be a bit rotten to lose, since then I'd lose manpower and be completely reliant on mercs. But I will scrape every way that I can. I will have 10% army expenses, says Igars, going against the grain. Nobody really wants to tax production or the trade. It seems there's a lot of focus on the manpower recovery. Jake, what happened to the fun options like AI control your nation or unconditional surrender? We had our fun with those, but I feel they didn't stack particularly well. It just made it feel like it dragged things on without actually weakening our state. So I switched it out for things that are going to be a bit more permanent. And with that, we do have the manpower recovery hit. Get that off the screen and get this on, because we have them prepared right here. Bad manpower. We had one, so we'll hit number 2. Thunk. And now it's stacking twice. We're going to keep our guy. I'm probably going to regret that, because he's going to die quite soon. He's really old for an early modern guy. Oh, but I could make my peace pretty much whenever. Let's stop improving relations with our good ally there. Alright, we no doubt have everything we need to take everything that we want here. Okay, the only people that would think about coalitioning me are France and Saluzzo. I'm working on Saluzzo. No, I'm not working on Saluzzo. I should, or else that's going to bite me in the rear end. Regardless, France and Saluzzo. Florence I have a truce with, and they'll chill out shortly. Castile and Portugal, big truces, so nothing to worry about there. Taking the money. In fact, I could take slightly less money. Ah, man, this money thing is madness, isn't it? I could take slightly less money and take the... Oh, I'm already taking war reparations. Well, what do I do with you then? Big question. How do you feel about France? Hopefully you hate their guts. Hostile and neutral. No rivalry. Could take more land, but I might not want to do that right now. There's no point breaking up Florence for no good reason, and I definitely want you to have those cores on France. Ah, of course, you have an island here with my name on it. Granted, it was great for trapping your units on, but it's far away and nobody will know or care about it, so I'll be having that. And that's a reasonable enough peace deal to slam down on Castile for everything they've done to me. Yeah, ooh, Provence won't like that. That would be enough for a coalition. France, Saluzzo, and Provence. You wound me, game. I either don't take this, or I wait about a month and then do take it. I don't know why he's keeping units over there. That's beyond me. But I do want that sugar. What's your problem with me, Provence? Not a lot. If I just wait for the turn of the year, though, and that's only 6 months, it should be alright. Well, to that extent, I'm going to try and kick you, and I suppose you, out of here. And then it's probably time to start thinking about crushing what's left of Portugal. Gonna get the claim fabrication because I have a lot of bonuses towards it, and which is more, I'll get my diplomatic relations +2 just in time for spitting out 2 more subjects. I think force limit debuff would have been better, says Brelix. Well, you could make it happen. Speaking of making it happen, this isn't good. Austria is calling me into a war that they have started, and that will stop me from spitting out my subjects once this is done. So if I don't make my peace now... But the risk of coalition of France, Saluzzo, and Provence is unhealthy. Because France is big and powerful, and I don't want any coalition starting up here. But it's only against Venice, right? How could you conceivably have a problem with that? Well, Venice is all on my front door here, which is not nice. Damn you, Austria. Whatever, let's just accept that aggressive expansion is only a number. Take it all for now. And then immediately we go overextension is high, not a problem, because out pops Galicia and out pops the Great Leon, and they'll have a nice bunch of cores for me to gobble up. All of that and all of that, and that I can do with relatively low aggressive expansion gain. Shouldn't have done that just yet, because now I can't core La Mancha. Should have cored that first. Big mistake there. I wanted that gold for me. So I'm probably just going to give this province to Leon. Yeah, at least he can enjoy the gold for a wee bit. And I could maybe make it seem like that was my plan all along. La Mancha, it's all yours, man. Maybe that was a good idea, because it's going to save me admin, which costs me quite a bit, and a little bit of gold. Ain't all that bad, especially when I'm getting hit for goods produced. He won't be hit for goods produced, and he can enjoy the money and not go into debt. Core it all, and of course we're going to join in, because we're a good ally. And I already strengthened Rome a bit, I just need to get you guys away from that. And Venice is likely going to come on in, and that's one very bankrupt Castile who's unlikely to help Portugal, and if they do, well, they're going to pay for it. Ah, you're kind of stuck there, aren't you? Well, I don't want you guys getting stuck there as well. You guys get down, and you folks go and rescue them from Porto. Wonderful. How about that Venetian arsenal? I do have the galleys to go and ravage them, and I should go and ravage them. We don't have the saltiest Scotsman alive to make that happen, but what I do have is a light ship that will protect Sevilla, and a bunch of galleys that'll do the rest. That's not what I want. That's more like it. I feel like I had more galleys somewhere. Like a lot more galleys. Is that really all I've got? 29 galleys? No, I got 32 galleys. Where are the others? Or am I just that bad at counting? 18 plus 11 is 29. 32. He's trying so hard, but he doesn't... Good lord, you've been there for a while. There we go. Coast of Libya, says Dennis Wolf. We were talking about you earlier, Dennis Wolf, trying to remember that guy who got stuck in the mud for hours on end in ActRaiser 2. Do you ever think you'll truly raise your act? I did not make a state out of this, did I? But I don't want it revolting on me, so I'll probably just chuck it some autonomy and say naff off. How about you guys? These guys are a bit angry. Separatism again. But it doesn't do anything for me, so just take the autonomy and don't bother me. I do promise if I ever do a mod game, it'll be ActRaiser 2. Well, that's if it doesn't get stolen from you. I want to claim Gibraltar so I can take in Granada and spit them out, because then my next fight with Castile can be even bigger. Speaking of Castile, they will defend Portugal because they hate my guts. Bankruptcy is no big thing to them. It's a pretty big thing to me, though, because my truce with Portugal ends in, over 5 years, so Castile will be out of their bankruptcy, unless France comes in and does unspeakable things to them. And I'd like them to do unspeakable things to them. Let's get over there and tear the Venetian arsenal a new one. It's tempting to get myself a new admiral, but I'm not drowning in dip. I need it for my espionage ideas, which is just feels painful to say. Okay, Venice is terrified. Oh wait, no, they're not terrified. They're stuck because... Are they? No, they didn't go to war with Florence. They backed out of that war. They are, however, in a whole minefield of fighting. Oh, God. Have I ever done a streamed campaign as Venice? I don't think I have. In fact, the only time I think I've played as Venice was in a Dev MP, where I placed, I believe, 5th. Not my greatest moment in EU4, but I did have everybody trying to kill me. And a massive target on my back for that. Okay. They rivaled me, but they didn't join the coalition against me, so I'll take what I can. Provence and Saluzzo both want to join it, though. I need to do something about that. I could try to kick you out a bit faster by sending you a wee gift. It's only 25 ducats, but it'll help me along in that quite a lot. I'm not improving relations with Provence, but I should certainly consider it. I'm going to do more than just consider it, I'm going to do it. Portugal can sod off, they're not getting access through me. I'm going to get access through them in a fairly savage way. Wait for the turn of the month so my people don't take attrition at sea malice. When I spat out the Great Leon, they weren't able to do anything with La Mancha, and what they've gone and done is 100% autonomied it, which is bad news for me, but I'm sure the autonomy will work its way down over time. Now, grabbing that land has surely helped us economically. There we go, we have even more of Sevilla. Might seem that we didn't proportionally get that much, but our trade power is hurt by... thought it'd be hurt by overextension, but that only hurts in places that are a ways away. I guess the land that I took got hit by my goods produced and becomes worth less. Still, what I did take, I will do everything I can to add them to the trade company. Wonderful. Yeah, espionage is not quite the joke idea group that it once was. As somebody pointed out, getting the extra diplomat and the aggressive expansion reduction are both really positive things from it, but I love plutocracy, and now I don't have it. Check the French military versus yours. It's a bit skewed because my military is buffed up by that event. Nonetheless, army quality of France, their morale is about 5, discipline of only 100, siege ability, nah, defensiveness, luck. And lucky should not give defensiveness, it just drags things out. In any case, I don't really want to be fighting France anytime soon because they're big and strong and scary. Also, Saluzzo love me, so we've managed to take care of any risk of coalition, which is very good. Right, Naples continuing to try and continuing to fail at dealing with their own Republicans. I'm eyeing up that Spanish square, but I'm going to use my mill power on strengthening government for now. It's a good investment. Damnation. Very tempted to grab some actual tech for once so that I can get a mill idea group, but all in due time. France is apparently threatening my trade. Why did I not embargo Castile? I keep forgetting to do that and I can't do it while we have a truce. We're still rivals after all. Did you check what would happen if the Republicans won in Naples? No, God, no. I made that save, went to sleep, got up and streamed some more, so I haven't had the chance to check it out. So much for the Ottoman guarantee of Ragusa. They've decided to guarantee them by annexing their land. Sure, I'm glad I don't need this land for my goals here. And then again, I will need to come in and take Greek stuff for Athens. Alright. 25 to get my next batch of claim on Portugal. Since this is where we're striking, it's a good place to continue to coordinate our strikes on Iberia. France already hates our guts. There's not a lot of other people that will join them, certainly not Central Europeans. And by all means, give me that. It's a great trade-off. What's the goal? The goal is to take over Venice, Genoa, Valencia, Sevilla, Safi, and Tunis, all for Carthage. Also, we need to bring Athens back on the map and have them own Greece, which I guess will be the mainland Greek provinces here. Because Athens is the greatest republic, and this campaign is all about republics, right? That's what I'll choose to believe. Are my subjects even pitching in there? What are you up to, Sicily? Where are your units? Oh, Spengler's deed. He died in an accident whilst leading his troops during an exercise. His attention to siege techniques made every investment worthy. Well, that's the dock for you, but now I'm completely void of military leaders. I think I'll grab one now. No, I'm not about to go to war just yet. I'll hold off. Will you be taking the Basque lands? The Basque lands are not part of what I need here, so that's a no to this. That's a problem, of course, because that's a really good choke point if I get attacked by everything in Europe, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Jake, Athens will lose their core. I think you'll find that Athens have already lost their core, but don't you worry, I've got a cunning plan. The plan is not to stop ping my army, but that certainly helps on the Dosh front. I see no reason that Portugal shouldn't be the next ones to die. I can completely annex them. The downside, I suppose, is that I'll actually get their colony. I don't really want their colony. No, I bet that Portugal have some provinces elsewhere that we can't see. Let's see, the total cost of all their provinces is 102%. That's 20, 34, 44, 46, 51. So they doubtlessly have other provinces. So that's alright, I won't steal their colony. I don't want it. I mean, well done, you've gained Brazil, and you're like, can I get a refund? There we go, Venetian arson all has been taken care of. How we even stole nothing, actually. Ah, Osterach took the boats. How dare they? All we're left with is this half-dead galley. Okay, well I did my part, so we're going back to Carthage for repairs, because Carthage has the shipyard. If you don't come to Brazil, Brazil comes to you. There is no escape, says TBW, who we have not been able to shake off. Look at that, 29 favors with the Holy Roman Emperor Austria. Hopefully he remains HRE and strong and not in debt like so many others are right now. Looks like all he took was Firenze, which I'm a little disappointed in, but And that just means more wars down the line. Oh god, I need better relations with you. I'm going to buff up that trust massively. And buff up our relations. And would you look at that, I'm quite a popular guy in Provence. In fact, when I'm in Provence, I get free croissants, as Al Yankovic would say. He's the guy that every French lady wants. That guarantee by Castile disgusts me. What am I to do? I mean, I could beat up Castile again, but it would really drag out the fight with Portugal. Whereas if I fight Castile again, nobody gets involved apart from Castilian Brazil. Hold on, it's Caribas that Portugal have, not Brazil. Oh god, what if I annex Castile and get Brazil? God, no. I gotta make sure that Castile hold on to arguing if nothing else so that I don't get Brazil. Al Yankovic is amazing, says Saloop correctly. This tempts me, but I'm going to abstain for now. Does your truce get shorter if you white peace Castile now? I mean, yes, if I were to fight Castile to a white peace now, but I still have a lengthy truce with Portugal. It's going on for another 4 years, 4.5 even. Champagne has disorder with their zealots. We haven't taken a look at religion in a while. Here it is. Catholicism is still rife. The Reformation isn't kicking off that much. Scotland has gone bankrupt. Well, that's Darien for you. And, okay, there's only one little bit of Hussite, and it's over in Apoli. Harumph. If Portugal had Brazil, they would have taken the decision to become Brazil, Jake. Portugal is Caribas, and have a truce with the Mexican tag last we checked, so they're around there too. And that's where they're going to be ejected to. I think I'll take the fight with Portugal, kick Castile's ass. Probably white peace Castile, because I wouldn't be able to use my reconquest on them. And that's not going to give me any longer or shorter truce with them, most likely. And if Castile continues to have these problems with rebels, then it should just be a cakewalk for me as I walk over them.